What if I told you that some companies run their operations with only 3.4 defects in 1 million opportunities? Sounds unreal, right? That's not magic, that is Six Sigma. Hello everyone, I hope you all are having a very productive time. If you are new here, then I am Mehdi Hassan. I make videos on operation research and supply chain related topics. Our topic of today is Six Sigma. So what exactly Six Sigma is? At its core, Six Sigma is a data-driven methodology focused on eliminating defects and reducing variations in any processes. But here is what it makes special. The name itself tells you the goal. So, in statistical terms, Six Sigma measures how far a process deviates from perfection. More higher sigma, less deviation from perfection. Six Sigma means your process operates at such a high level that it produces only 3.4 defects per million opportunities. That is 99.99966% perfection. To put that in perspective, if airline baggage handling operated at Six Sigma, you would lose your baggage only once per to 50,000 flights. That's insane. It's not just about quality control. It is about creating a culture of continuous process improvement where every process, every decision, and every outcome is measured, analyzed, and optimized. So let us talk about the history of Six Sigma. Six Sigma was born in 1986 at Motorola, and we owe it to an engineer named Bill Smith. At the time, Motorola was facing intense competition from Japanese manufacturers who also producing higher quality products at lower cost. This was the 1980s quality crisis for American companies. So Bill Smith developed Six Sigma as a systematic approach to quality improvement, and Motorola's CEO Bob Galvin championed it company-wide. The results were staggering. Motorola won Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award in 1988, and within 4 years they documented over 16 billion in savings. But here is where it gets interesting. In 1990s, Jack Welch, the legendary CEO of General Electronic, took Six Sigma to a whole new level. He made it central to GE's business strategy, training thousands of employees and making Six Sigma expertise a requirement for leadership positions. GE reported over 12 billion in savings in just 5 years. After GE's business, Six Sigma exploded globally, from healthcare to finance, manufacturing to service industries. So how does it work? It's built on a simple but powerful framework called DMAIC. DMAIC. Let me break this to you. D, define. First, you define the problem and the project goals. What processes needs improvement? What are the customer requirements? What is the scope? This is where you set clear, measurable object. Example, too many late deliveries. M for measure. Next, you measure current performance. You collect baseline data on the process to understand where you actually stand right now. You can't improve what you don't measure, right? So here is an example. Delivery delay, 18% of total orders. A, analyze. This is where the detective work happens. You analyze the data to identify root causes of defects and variation. Why are errors happening? What is causing delays? You use statistical tool to dig deep. Example, delivery delay caused by poor scheduling and supplier delays. I, improve. Now you develop and implement solution to eliminate the root causes. You might redesign the process, introduce new technologies, or change workflows. The key is that improvements are based on data, not assumptions. Example, better supplier coordination plus optimized routes. C. Control. Finally, you establish controls to sustain the improvement. You create monitoring systems, standard operating procedures, and training programs to ensure the gain sticks, like KPI dashboard and standard operating procedures. So let us again discuss two good examples of companies that absolutely crushed it in Six Sigma. We already mentioned Motorola pioneered it, but let's look at specific results. In their communication sectors, Motorola had major problem with defects in their pager production line. Customers were complaining about product failures and warranty costs were huge, skyrocketing. Using DMAIC, they identified that inconsistencies in their soldering process were the root cause. They measured the temperature variations, analyzed solder quality, and discovered that equipment calibration was inconsistent across the shift. So by implementing strict protocols and training programs, they reduced defects by 99%. Manufacturing cycle time dropped by 50% and customer satisfaction scores jumped significantly. But here is the kicker. By the early 2000s, Motorola reported cumulative savings of 17 billion from Six Sigma initiatives. They didn't just fix one problem, they transformed their entire operational culture. Every employees were trained to think statistically, to question assumptions, and to pursue data-driven improvements. Now, let's talk about General Electronics transformation. When Jack Welch introduced Six Sigma in 1995, he went all in. He invested over 1 billion in training and made Six Sigma performance a key factor in employee evaluations and promotion. One specific example is GE Medical Systems faced a challenge with their CT scanner production. The diagnostic accuracy was good but not great, and production costs were too high. A black belt team was assigned to the project. Though the major phase, they discovered significant variation in component assembly that affected image quality. In the analyze phase, they found that supplier quality for certain electronic components was inconsistent. They worked with suppliers to implement their own Six Sigma processes and redesigned the assembly workflow. The results: diagnostic accuracy improved by 20%, production defects dropped by 75%, and manufacturing cost decreased by 30%. But beyond one product line, GE overall operating margin increased by several percentage points, directly attributed to Six Sigma. By 2000, GE was also saving approximately 2 billion annually. What is even more impressive is that GE applied Six Sigma beyond manufacturing to financial services, customer call centers, and even marketing processes. That is the versatility of this methodology. So here's the bottom line. Six Sigma, it's about using data to drive decisions, being obsessed with customer satisfaction, and never accepting good enough when you can achieve excellence. However, in this video, I have tried to explain you the basic of Six Sigma, the history and examples in a simple way. But unlike other operations management tool, it requires rigorous statistical analysis and a long academic course to become an expert of this. Yes, you heard me right. You cannot just practice Six Sigma without professional certification. So there are 4 ladders to become an expert, which basically refers as belt. You have got yellow belts for basic knowledge, green belts who lead smaller projects, black belts who are full-time quality experts, and master black belts who train others and lead strategic initiatives. So what process in your life could benefit from a Six Sigma approach? Think about it, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this video valuable, then hit that subscribe button for more operational insights. Until next time, keep optimizing, keep learning, and keep improving. Remember, 3.4 defects per million opportunities isn't just a goal, it's revolution. So see you in the next video. Bye.